Difficult, in the world of Hollywood, because when you're hot, everybody seemingly wants to be your friend. You are the number one thing everybody wants to stand by, be pictured by, be friends on social media with. It's all about likes, relatability, but more importantly, selling their brand alongside yours. We've seen this so many times, haven't we, over the years? But seemingly, of course, when you are now not as hot as you possibly should be, or perhaps have got something of a scandal surrounding you, that you truly find out in the world of Hollywood exactly where your chums have disappeared to. As ever, let me explain. Good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. Thank you so much for joining me today. Nice to have your company wherever you are in the world. It is good to see you. By the way, can I point out those people that keep pointing out to me that there's a Telegram message in the comments and the replies and stuff. It's not from me, it's all fake. Please don't answer them. They're just trying to scam you. I have reported it numerous times, but you know how difficult these things are. It's a world of social media. I wouldn't ask you to do anything other than, if you wish to tune into this channel, I'm not selling you anything, everything's for free. It's just lovely to have your company. Truly. Back as ever though to your breaking royal story of the day. It may seem very difficult times, in fact, for this particular person, because just over 2 years ago, if you recall, Prince Harry, who decided to flee, move forward with his life, and of course tell everything to anybody who was willing to listen, particularly on top of an LA tour bus. That's right, he was seen carousing around LA for the very first time, claiming he'd never been on bike rides, he'd never done half the things like theme parks, all of that sort of stuff. And then that was all debunked, of course, by pictures popping out, never contradicted by the chat show host James Corden. Now, James Corden is not particularly that popular over in the US. He's on a thing called the Late Late Show, which is not the main show, the one after the show. But nonetheless, CBS seemingly think that he has some star power, or did. But now, of course, after the debacle about him complaining in that New York restaurant, in which he was called out by the restaurant owner, he's profusely apologised, but now other stories are emerging, not just that one. Told you before that I've met James on a number of occasions, and he's, shall we say, condescending would be the word that would come to mind. I think the worst thing I saw him do was when he sort of reiterated the fact that he too hadn't seen the Cats movie, a movie that he'd been paid a lot of money for, based on the musical by Andrew Lloyd Webber. You would have thought graciousness might have said, well, look, I know it's a bit of a duff movie, but at least support it in public, whichever way. Seemingly not. But now, according to a very good source, it looks like James is finding himself cut out from the one-time, shall we say, loosely inner royal circle. That's because his PR team, bosses at CBS, everybody related to his brand, James Corden, was hoping, or were hoping, that his good pal, perhaps, the one-time royal Prince Harry, might come out in his defence, say something positive, that sort of thing. Seemingly there's been a bit of a radio silence, and this is proving very difficult to take for Mr. Corden, as one can imagine. Let's not forget that that particular bus trip on top of the open-top tour bus racked up millions of hits, lots of money, lots of exposure. So the least you could expect in the world of Hollywood is that that person will seemingly do you the favour when you have a similar problem. Well, this is not the real world. This is the world of celebrity. This is the world of Hollywood. These are the people that dump you when you're down. And now, apparently, this is what Mr. James Corden, the errant chat show host of CBS's Late Show, is seemingly finding out. Will Harry now ever come to the rescue? As ever, once I know, you'll know. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.